News 7x7 is a unique channel dedicated to the news from dairy industry. Every week you receive brief on top 7 dairy news on this YouTube channel from India and abroad. These news could be seen in detail on our channel dairynews7x7.com also. You may write in the comment box on the dairy topics of your interest. We will try to develop news feature on the same. Your constant feedback and patronage to this channel is our source of Top 7 dairy news from the week of 17 January 22 will cover key recommendations to the government for agri and dairy sector for budget 2022. Need for financial support program for organic food entrepreneurs. India's dairy sector is a sensitive area in trade deals with the UK. Stellapps Technologies won the National Startup Award 2021. Katrej with an NGO shows how dairy business can be more than just milk. Kerry highlights top flavors for innovation in Global 2022 Taste Chart. And global dairy prices are at 8-year high as supply tightens. The Finance Minister will be announcing her budget measure soon. It's true that GDP grew in 2021, but when compared with the negative growth of 2020, we are actually back at 2019 levels. Focus in agriculture matters because of the following points. With over 50% of India's population in rural areas and linked to farm incomes, any increase in rural growth will translate into economic growth for the country. A higher income in the rural areas will translate into better purchasing power for a variety of items. As a study after study has shown, a rupee spent in rural areas translates into faster growth than a rupee spent in urban areas. And importing agri-produce to cool rising domestic prices helps neither the farmer nor even the consumers. There are several things the government can do. First, do not offer subsidies to farmers directly. Create a structure to identify well-governed farmer-producer organization (FPO) which keep agri-produce prices climbing a bit year after year. Let organizations like NDDB handle subsidies and dairy stocks. Second, ban import of agri products by traders and political bodies. Leave that to FPOs instead. Third, rationalize taxes for the dairy sector. The current set of tax laws discriminates against the dairy sector. There is no ceiling for agriculture when it comes to tax-free income. Yet there is a ceiling of 100 cattle heads in the dairy sector. Isn't the dairy sector part of agriculture? Fourth, create a fund which allows farmers with old cows to get rupees 20,000 for each old cattle that the government does not allow him to sell. You cannot create a law which hurts a farmer or denies him the right to dispose of the cattle. And fifth, allow farmers in border states to sell cattle to anyone who wants to purchase it. More specifically, allow them to freely sell buffaloes, goats, poultry and anything except cows. Once permitted, it becomes exports and it is no longer smuggling. The Association of Indian Organic Industry organized a webinar on financial support program for organic food entrepreneurs. A number of recommendations emerged from the webinar. First, need for financial support program for organic entrepreneurs or startups for the first 3 years. Promote awareness programs among consumers about benefits of organic dairy products. Consider not to subsidize the producer, but to subsidize the produce. Emphasize the need to promote production of value-added processed organic dairy foods to support government's wellness programs. Offer special incentives for organic animal feed and fodder along with feed regulations. The credibility of the organic certification system needs to be strengthened through training programs for certification bodies and state enforcement agencies. FSSAI may revisit the NPOP standards to include the standards for the primary production of organic dairy products for the domestic market. And finally, create a brand India for organic products and promote it for enhancing exports under the foreign trade policy. Last week, India and the United Kingdom officially launched negotiations for a free trade agreement (FTA) with the aim of concluding it by the end of the year or early 2023. This is to ensure bilateral trade is doubled by 2030. Piyush Goyal later said that FTA aims to boost Indian exports in labor-intensive sectors like leather, textile, jewelry and processed agri products. Arpita Mukherjee, professor at the ICRIER, explained that export regulation issues are the main reason why alcohol and dairy sectors could be an issue in the trade deal. India's dairy sector is a sensitive area in trade deals with UK and even Australia because of lack of reciprocal market access. The UK has banned our dairy exports, but we still accept their dairy imports. We can also keep low-end products like skim milk closed off, but partially open up high-end cheese and products that don't compete with domestic dairy directly. Stellapps Technologies won the National Startup Award 2021 by Startup India in animal husbandry sector for its efforts in digitizing the dairy sector in India. The company is one among the 46 startups announced as winners of the National Startup Awards 2021, along with one incubator and one accelerator. Stellapps has been recognized for their prime focus on data acquisition and machine learning. The technology can be used where the yield per animal is low and inadequate traceability. The company was also part of the working group that presented policy recommendations for the Indian agriculture sector to PM Modi under the theme Growing from Roots. Ranjit Mukundan, CEO and co-founder of Stellapps, said, "It is a proud moment for us to be able to contribute and be a part of this era of Indian startups." A joint venture between the Pune-based Katrej Dairy and Ved Vasudev Pratishthan promises to throw some solutions to dairy farmers' problems with local animals. Instead of just milk, this JV promotes commercial uses of cow dung and urine, which can be added source of income for the farmers. Indian or Desi animals, though sturdy, are not preferred by the farmers given the lower milk yields, while the milk of these animals is supposed to be superior to mixed or hybrid cows. Lack of marketing strategies have often impaired the farmers' income. What makes this project unique is that they use the dung and urine of the animals to fashion 16 products, from shampoos to floor cleaners to dung cakes, and incense are made from the dung. The urine is used in many applications. Tastes that offer novelty, over-the-top indulgence and targeted health benefits are set to drive consumer preference in 2022, according to Kerry, the world's leading taste and nutrition company. Trends that were accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic have developed and will become more sophisticated in 2022, with consumers seeking new tastes paired with familiar formats and flavors, leading to interesting combinations such as beer blended with kombucha and sage or chocolate milkshakes with lavender. A desire for authentic flavors is given by an interest in long-term wellness and overall health following the COVID-19 pandemic, while cravings for more novel flavors are led by consumers seeking surprise and fun from their food and beverages. Meanwhile, with an increasing focus on gut health, immune support and emotional well-being, consumers are looking for better for you food and beverages that make them feel like they are taking an active role in their future health but also taste great. Indian dairy exports in December alone were 25% of the total exports in FY22 till December end. This week, dairy prices jumped 4.6% at the global auction overnight to hit an 8-year high as tight milk supply stokes demand for New Zealand's biggest export commodity. The global dairy trade price index rose to 1397, its highest level since March 2014. The average price for whole milk powder, which has the most impact on what farmers are paid, posted the biggest gain, up 5.6% to $4,082 per ton, and is sitting 21% higher than at the same time last year. Also at the auction, the average skim milk powder price jumped 5% to $3,963 per ton. Butter rose 5% to an average of $6,158 per ton. Cheddar gained 1.1% to hit a record $5,546 per ton, while anhydrous milk fat advanced 0.6% to $6,720 per ton.
Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I, Kuldeep Sharma, request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.